Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do a really quick and simple Halloween wreath, and I'm just going to go over real quick with you all the supplies and things that you're going to need to make this. Now I did pick this up. All these items except for the spray paint come from Dollar Tree. I got this today. This is not like your standard bleached vine wreath. This does look a little bit different than the one that I used to do my little scarecrow wreath last time. These little pieces here look more like they were shredded off of something versus just being like these big fat round pieces. So this is a lot lighter, and it also to me seems like it's a little bit smaller. But I did pick this up. You can use any kind of vine wreath that you want to. And then I also picked up some of these roses. Now this one that I got actually looks like a really dark purple with just a little bit of black in it. And it does have two little spiders that come with that. And so I will be taking that apart and using those. And then the other items that I picked up, where I don't even really know what you call these things. To me, they just look like seaweed or something. I did use some green ones when I did a mermaid birthday party for Caitlin last year, I think it was. But they had black, they had this really pretty purple, and then they had the orange. But I did get 3 of the purple and 3 of the orange. And just to let you know, the fallout on these things are horrible. So I will be spraying these down with some hairspray probably before I start to work with them. And as you can probably see just from handling them, the fallout that's laying there. The next item that you're going to need is some black spray paint. Now, I did pick this up tonight. This is a satin finish. It really doesn't matter what you use. I'm just going to be using it to spray paint my wreath with. And then I also picked up some kind of like I guess it's like spider webbing. And I wasn't sure which one I wanted to use, so I did pick up a black one and a white one. And I'm just going to play around with it and see which one I think looks best on my wreath after I get done. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to spray paint my wreath black. And I'm not going to show that, but I did want to show you what this looked like prior to spray painting it. So I'm going to go ahead and spray paint this black, and then I'll come back and show you how I put all this together. Alright, so I went ahead and spray painted my wreath here, and I just put several coats on it, let that dry. If you do have a couple places that don't get it, don't stress over that. You're not really going to be able to see it anyway. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and start decorating this. I did go ahead and spray these with some hairspray. It's still probably going to have some fallout, but hopefully not, you know, as much as it was. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of rotate these back and forth between the purple and the orange. And I don't want to leave them on the stems like this. I do want to cut them off individually. So I am going to just snip those with my wire cutters. And I'm going to do it at the base because I want to have as much length here as I possibly can, because I will be tucking that into my wreath. I may change my mind and decide to clip it and just hot glue it. It just depends on how well I can place those. So I'm going to go ahead and cut these off, and then I'll come back and start to place them to where I want them to be. I really kind of want the wispy look to where they look like it's like a spray going around the wreath. And so, like I always do with wreaths, I try and lay them out how I want them to go first. Let me see if these bend. They actually do. So these little stems will bend. It's got wire in them. So that way it can kind of help you to mold those how you want them to go to get them stuck down into your wreath. And then I'm just going to alternate back and forth, and I'm going to give it a little bit of a curve here. And I think I'm just going to kind of like work down and around. And so I'm just going to turn it this way and just go back and forth. I think this is looking pretty good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave these in here, and then I'm going to take the next set, because I've still got plenty left, as you can see. And then I'm going to try and fill in more of this area here. And then, you know, I may even add some more to the back of this if I need to. And now I'm going to decorate it up with some of these items here. I am going to check it out and see how it will look if I add a little bit of this webbing to the back of it. I'm going to put this across the back. So this is what I got. I did not like glue this down or anything. I just kind of have it placed on here. That way I can remove it if I want to. But I'm going to have this hanging up against my wall, so I think it will be okay. And I did kind of wrap it around some of the little end pieces here to try and get it to stay as much as possible. And so now I'm just going to put my little black roses on here and then add a few of the spiders. So I'm just going to pull these off of my stem. And these spiders, they also just pop right off. So now I just need to determine where I want these to go. I actually think that I want them to go on just maybe one side of this. So I'm just going to add some glue to this and glue it down. I am going to add a few little black spiders on here just to, make it look like, they're on here. I'm not going to hot glue those down or anything. And they will stick pretty good. If you fall off, you can just pick them up and stick them right back on. So it's not really a big deal. And I thought that turned out really pretty. I really like the colors. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. And you don't have to add the spiders to it if you don't want to. It just depends on what you like, what your preference is. If you want to be a little bit more glamorous, a little less spooky, just take the spiders off.